following podcast contains mature content. Views and opinions expressed by the co-hosts are not necessarily those of the host. Listener discretion is advised. Yo, 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 let me speak on this. The Smackin' Raw podcast is rowdy.
And body.
I am your host, the warden of this insane asylum, Matt Ritter. I am here with 3 co-hosts today. First and foremost, because it was her birthday on Monday, my wife, Kate Ritter, is with us.
Hello,
Happy
everyone.
birthday.
Thank you. Yeah,
Happy
you
birthday.
posted on my Facebook just HBD, which is, by the way, lazy as hell.
The laziest
Lazy
happy
as hell.
birthday ever.
Listen, anybody wishing anybody happy birthday on Facebook is lazy.
Well, yeah, but
Yeah.
you also have like auto spell on your phone, so like
I
you
know,
just
it's-
have to put like the first 3 letters.
You
but
see, it's more
besides
of a critique on how lazy.
I'm going to get back to introducing you guys. So, also with us today, we have the self-knighted Sir Cussalot with his own crown now, so I guess it's King Cussalot, Travis Pointer.
It's whatever you want it to be, man. What's going on?
And finally back from the brink of death. I'm assuming he's happy to be back. He's laughing and smiling, and he just got all of his hairs cut. It is the real heel, Eric Siekr.
I got a new lease on life. I'm glad to be back. Although, I will say, 2 weeks I was gone, ratings were way down.
I
Travis
must
will
say,
verify that.
as the one
Way
who
down.
sees the numbers, steady. Didn't miss a beat.
No,
They didn't miss you at all.
way down.
They didn't miss you at all.
Way down. It's not
All
what I
right,
heard.
well, let's get into what happened. We'll start with
What had happened?
Monday Night Raw. We had the official announcement that the club and Finn Balor are now the Balor Club, and they are a stable. And they took on the Shield, I guess we'll call them, Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins, and their partner, Jason Jordan. Thanks to Jason Jordan, they lost because, well, he fucked up.
Yo,
It just sucks.
I said this last week. I fucking love this so much. Like, I love the fact that he's just terrible and he's a heel and doesn't know it. Like, it is so great to me.
Yeah, I think it's fantastic actually. It's I was very sports entertained by the whole thing. Like he's such a just the not fully committing to being a heel thing is great. Like
Yeah,
just
man.
being a heel on accident.
He
is
thinks
the
he's a
funniest
face.
goddamn thing. He pulls it off. He sells
Exactly.
it so well.
His character thinks he's the good guy that everybody loves because he has such heart and he tries so hard. But everybody
Yeah.
hates him and he doesn't know it. It is
He's
awesome.
so oblivious. It's hilarious.
I did enjoy how he came down and interrupted Roman Reigns to act like he's part of the Shield, and he stuck his fist out, and Roman just kind of looked at him like, what the fuck are you doing? And he kept talking about we, and Seth is like, no, there's no we. There's us, and then there's you.
There is so little recently that has really gotten to me and made me love it as much as this angle has. Like, it's just so entertaining to me. So
Yeah, at first I was upset that they didn't just have like it didn't make sense to me that Roman didn't just join Seth Rollins. I mean, they are the Shield, whether or not he's got the IC titles beside the point. But I'm glad they wound up going with this Jason Jordan thing because it's comedy gold.
I gotta admit, I did not like it at first, but the more that it goes on, the more, and like just looking at like other people's reactions around him make it more entertaining for me, honestly.
I can
but,
feel you on that.
Yeah, no, I still don't like him, but I see it.
That's the
I
thing.
see it.
You're not supposed
Well-
to. That's the point. You haven't actually.
I know.
The good thing is you actually have a reaction to him. You actually don't like him, which is what matters. Unlike certain
Travis,
people,
I've tried explaining this to her.
unlike certain people who you just have zero reaction to, you just don't give a shit about. Like Baron Corbin. Like he actually,
So,
like you
as
actually
we were
have a
talking
reaction
about the
to him.
Intercontinental
Yeah.
title, we were talking about the Intercontinental title. Eric brought it up. The Miz returned. Elias, for whatever reason, sang his intro and then just disappeared. He had no point of the show. But apparently, upon the Miz's return, he's not worried about entering the Royal Rumble. He's not worried about going on to WrestleMania and winning the championship or facing Brock Lesnar. All he wants is his IC title back. And on the 25th anniversary of Raw, we are going to get an IC title match between Roman Reigns and The Miz. Do you guys think The Miz is going to win this match?
Yup.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to agree with that. I think he's gonna win it. It might be through shenanigans with the Miztourage, but he's gonna win it back.
By hook or
And
by crook.
I love you said it earlier. Like he didn't even talk about going into the Rumble or anything like that. He just came back and talked about the IC title. Like perfect.
He knows where he
That's what it
fits.
should be.
He knows
Yeah.
where he sits, and that's where he's going. It's good when people know their place, you know.
Yeah, for sure. Just wants that IC title. I appreciate that.
Miz can rule the mid card, and he knows it. That's where he needs to sit.
Kate?
I missed the part where you said who he was facing because Travis had a dog. So
Well, it's for the IC title, so he's facing Roman Reigns.
Oh. Probably Roman Reigns because, Vince has got a huge heart on for him, but that's just me.
Huge.
Well, thank you for getting in the obligatory penis reference for the show.
I thought I'd get it in early.
I didn't say
so.
anything about a penis. You did.
She said hard on.
Yeah, but
She
I
could have
didn't
been.
say
She
penis.
could have been talking about nipples.
Just one hard nipple, so one hard, one soft.
It can
She said
happen.
a hard on, not
Yeah.
hard
Some-
ons.
Yeah,
some people
exactly.
have that issue, Matt.
Somebody
it's not
else,
your
some
place
people,
to judge.
some people can only get one nipple hard. Are you like, prejudice against the one nipple hard community?
I am. Fuck those people. Either get both your nipples hard or no nipples hard.
I
We
understand.
just
Figure it
lost half of our audience now. Thanks, dude. Like, what do you do?
No,
Stop
just,
being confused.
Just half the nipples. That's all we lost. We didn't lose half the audience. Just half the nipples.
Figure your fucking nipples out. I'm going to agree with you guys. I actually think The Miz is going to take it. And the reason I think The Miz is going to take it is I think they want to get the title off Roman Reigns prior to the Rumble. So that way, if the rumors are true, which I pray to God they're not, he can win the Rumble and go on to face Brock Lesnar at Mania.
That's a good point.
I
Didn't
just
think
thought about something, Mac. Cause you skipped over some very, very serious news.
Oh, yeah? What was that?
Christy Hemming had fucking quadruplets, bro.
Holy shit.
Not know that.
You didn't know that? Bro.
No.
Christy Hemming
Yeah, I heard
had
about that.
quadruplets. That's 4 kids. Now, I don't know if she actually pushed all 4 out, if they cut them out or what. But I've seen one kid get brought into the world, and that's the most gangster shit I've ever seen in my life. She brought in 4, bro. Like,
Yeah.
she gave
No.
birth to 4 kids. How often do people give birth to 4?
I feel like if you do that shit naturally, like the third and the fourth one just kind of like boop, boop, they like slide the fuck out. 'Cause,
Probably.
like,
Yeah, it's already loosened
She
up.
already opened
Like,
Right.
the first 2 already
Hard-
opened it
hard
up.
part's
and
done.
The 3
Yeah.
and 4 just kind of.
boop, boop. Yeah.
Well, that is interesting, and thank you, Travis. Now we've gotten both genders' genitalia in the conversation.
Yo,
Um,
there's more that you missed out
We're
on.
all
though.
about
'Cause
quality.
let me tell you what
here,
else
Smackin'
happened.
it raw.
You didn't mention the Miz and Maurice's fucking reality show. What are you doing as the host, Matt? What are you doing with your
I
life?
have that on here. That was next. We were still talking about the IC title. But
It's
anyway,
been like 2 minutes, Travis.
yeah, Jesus fucking Christ.
Losing it, Matt.
I'm
Get
just
it together.
The Miz is getting his own reality show on USA, and it's called Miz and Mrs. MIZ and MRS. Apparently, it's going to be a docu-series about him and his wife. That's not the only thing he got. He got Asuka as his mixed match challenge partner as well.
Did you figure out how you're supposed to watch that shit yet?
I
On
have not.
Facebook.
it's Facebook. I know
Yeah,
that
but
much.
how did?
I'm
They're just gonna
guessing.
post a live
I'm
video. They
guessing.
live stream
I'm
videos
guessing
all the time.
WWE is gonna do a live stream on Facebook.
It's not. So I understand what Facebook Live is, but this is Facebook Watch, which I feel is something different than just watching something on Facebook Live.
I
And
don't think so.
the fact that they're just doing all this shit confuses me because I'm getting to be an old man. All right.
I
Look,
promise you that
there's
what'll
gonna be
happen
a
is
button
if
you're gonna have to click on, Matt.
about to say, if
on
you're
the
already-
day of the event,
I
they'll let you
promise
know
you
where
if-
that button's at.
exactly, I promise you, if you're already following WWE on Facebook, when it starts, you'll get an alert. Like I'm almost positive that that's
The other
what's
thing
gonna
that
happen.
so the other thing that confuses me is 205 Live comes on right after SmackDown normally, But Mixed Match Challenge is going to be now on right after SmackDown. So I don't know if they're bumping 205 Live or if it's going to air on the network at the same time as the Mixed Match Challenge. But they've really just bastardized 205 Live, like, completely.
Because nobody cares.
Yeah, dude. When I was at
That's true.
SmackDown, the 205 Live people came out. The crowd went mild, man. It really sucked the wind out of the night. Like everybody was having a really good time, and we were all yelling and chanting and drinking beers. And then 205 Live came out, and everyone was like, "Ugh."
The only thing on 205 Live that anybody cares about is Enzo. So you just wait for Enzo, and then when that's over with, nobody else cares.
Yeah, we
Let's
didn't
talk
get
about Enzo, because he had a match on Monday Night Raw. He retained his title, but it looks like, and I've been looking and I can't find anything definitive, but it looks like he injured his leg. He did end up getting 3 or 4 stitches, but they're talking about taking him for an MRI, and it really did look like he fucked his leg up for real.
They would have said something like actually on the website if he was really hurt. I think he's fine.
Yeah, I think
He
that
might have.
was-
Yeah, he might have landed. Like, I don't doubt that he actually hurt himself in the moment, but I don't think he
I think he's
broke
okay.
anything. If they haven't announced anything,
Yeah, if
he's probably sprained his shit or something.
yeah, exactly. So
Yeah.
most injuries that happen like that, there's usually some kind of announcement on like Twitter or the WWE.com or something like that saying like, yeah, he's injured, he'll be out for such and such a time.
Plus, like the doctors that came out, they wouldn't even like look at his fucking leg. They just kept mopping the blood off of his face, and he's like, "My leg, no, my leg."
That's true.
They
That
wouldn't
is
look
true.
at it.
They weren't even concerned about the ankle. It was just, Speaking of Enzo also, since he's not teamed with Nia Jax, you think that's gonna factor into this mixed match challenge?
Oh no, I don't see him getting involved in any way, shape, or form. Kate and I sat down and watched the Straight to the Source with him, and he is one self-centered, complete and total asshole. And if it's not him being himself, if he is really bought into that character that much, I mean, probably as big of an asshole, if not a bigger asshole than The Rock was when he was a heel, just coming out of the Nation of Domination.
Dude, here's the thing,
That
man.
makes
He's
him
so
my
good,
favorite
like you
kinda
can't
guy.
tell when he's slipping in and out of his character.
That's the thing.
Exactly.
That's the thing.
He's the only guy. He's the only guy that's like keeping kayfabe. Like if you see him in any interview outside of WWE, like he still stays in character.
Yo,
all the
even on
time.
Instagram, that is him. He is my favorite kind of person. I swear to God, he will never bore me. That is what that is what I like in a person. If you bore me, I just stop talking to you.
Yeah, dude, Enzo's the man.
I like Enzo a lot. And yes, he's an asshole, but guess what? So am I.
Yeah, there's a lot of
So you
entertaining
guys-
assholes out there.
So none of you guys think that he really hurt his leg, correct?
I don't.
No.
Did you guys hear about Samoa Joe's injury?
I
No.
heard
He
about
got
it, but
hurt?
I heard about it, but I don't know details.
So Samoa Joe was the pick to be Bailey's partner for the Mixed Match Challenge, and Kurt Angle went on Twitter and said that he could not participate because he had like a rupture in his foot, some kind of plantar rupture, something like that. I've looked. I haven't found any news on how long he's going to be out. I don't know if he's going to miss the Royal Rumble or not, but all the doctors and everything said was that he will have to be immobilized for a period of time to recover. So
Man, dude
he may
can't
be
catch a
missing
break.
the Royal Rumble.
Yeah, that's
Wasn't he just injured?
Yeah, that sucks,
Yeah.
man. So, Joe is one of my favorite, like, in a long time. Like, even when he was in TNA, he was my favorite over there. Like, it's just, I like Joe a lot.
Yeah, he cut a wicked promo this week too.
Joe is gonna kill you.
It-
Joe is gonna kill you. Do they still do that? I haven't heard them say that in a long time.
They usually just use that for Oscar now.
Okay, well, like I said, Asuka is teamed with The Miz. Nia Jax looks like she's ready for Asuka. She came out and beat the living dog shit out of Asuka. Jumped her from behind, but beat the dog shit out of her. Despite the fact that she figured out that Eric's fantasy girlfriend was on some bullshit and doesn't even know Japanese and that Asuka doesn't speak English. That's besides the point. She still went out there and still fucked up
Focusing
Asuka.
on the wrong details, Matt. You're focusing on the wrong details.
Well, to be fair, Asuka speaks some English. That wasn't really. I've heard her say a couple words.
She speaks about
But
as
they
much.
probably
Nobody's ready
gave
for
to
Asuka?
her on a cue card, dude. Like,
She speaks about as much as Shinsuke Nakamura, but
Yeah.
which
just
is
like maybe 3 words.
You know,
exactly.
Shinsuke Nakamura actually speaks perfect English without an accent or anything. It's just a character. He's really good actor.
You know him? You know this? How do you know this?
Oh, you can read it. Google
Show me
it.
your sources.
Please Google it. Yeah, he actually very well spoken in English.
So what do you guys think about? I know Travis, I talked to you last week. You said that you think Nia is going to be the dominant Kane type in the women's Rumble.
Mm-hmm.
Eric, Kate, do you guys think that Nia has a chance to win this Rumble, or you guys think it's going to be Asuka, or what are you guys thinking?
I hope Nia wins. I really like her. I like her, the character that they have her going with now. Like, I like her just in general. So I really hope she does something.
Yeah, I like her a lot, but I think Asuka's gonna win.
Yeah, she's gonna do that whole. She's gonna be in there, do the Kane thing. They're gonna gang up and eliminate her like they do Kane, and Asuka's gonna win it. And then she's gonna go on, face Alexa, and take that W at Mania, and become champ.
Yep.
And then Alexa will never see the Raw title again because Asuka will remain undefeated until she retires.
She might.
Listen.
And Alexa can't beat Charlotte on SmackDown, so she's just out of title contention altogether.
Listen, I've already declared that Asuka is Asian Lady Goldberg, so she will lose the title, but it would take a taser and Scott Hall and a jackknife powerbomb to beat her.
Nia
Is Scott
Jax's
Hall
gonna
gonna taser her?
with the
Because that would be
catapult.
amazing if, like, Rehab Scott Hall did the taser.
Exactly. He's gonna come out. Scott Hall is gonna come out and taser her during her match. And whoever she's facing, no matter who it is, will give her a jackknife powerbomb. And then they will become
Scott Hall he'll cattle prod anybody.
anybody.
Like, it's like $50 or $100 or something. It's on his website. you could render his services. He'll fucking he'll tase whoever you want.
Is that like a real thing?
That would be.
Double.
You being serious?
You know
how much does that cost?
You know
Because
how,
I'm having him taser you on your birthday.
like for real. Like how
that's what's gonna
awesome
happen.
would that be if you could actually do that? Like, if I could hire Scott Hall to taser somebody, even if it's somebody that knows nothing about wrestling, if I could just see it happen, you know how happy that would make me.
I just want him to randomly show up at Eric's work and just taser him.
Get it on
That's
video.
what I want.
Just promise me you'll get it on video. That's all. I just want to see it happen.
Well, despite the fact that we're not divided. I mean, I think half and half of us think Asuka's going to win that match and get her title shot.
Divided.
The Bar is getting their title rematch at the Royal Rumble, but on Monday Night Raw they lost to Titus and Apollo.
Did they?
Yeah.
I don't remember seeing that match. Was that on the Hulu version? I don't think I saw that.
Eric, was that on the Hulu version? He's got to ask you because I don't fucking know.
No, it wouldn't.
Because Eric never gave me his Hulu information like he told me he was going to like 2 months ago.
Oh, I'm sorry. You should have reminded me.
I've already given my Hulu to one person. I can't do it to somebody else.
You also never gave me that list of pay-per-view titles that I asked for.
I forgot all about that shit, bro.
You asked for so much, Matt.
I asked Eric. I didn't ask you. You were off that day.
You did ask me, actually.
Oh, did I?
No, maybe you didn't. No, I think I just heard it on the podcast. That's what happened. I was listening to the podcast and heard you say it, so I knew you wanted it.
But anyway, yeah, Titus Worldwide gets a victory over the number one contenders right now for the Raw Tag Team titles. How do you guys feel about that?
Doesn't make any sense.
I mean, it's one of those things where I'm just like, cool story, bro. So, like, I don't give a fuck about the Titus brand. Like, it's one of those things where I see it and I'm just like, yeah, you're there, but I mean,
Are they there though? Because I've never seen them. No, they're not on Hulu.
That's my
they're
point.
So infrequently that it's
that's my point.
Bother?
When things don't show up on the Hulu version, that lets you know that they're very low priority. Like that's why I watched the Hulu version because like they cut it down to what they think really matters, and that's what I see.
I think the issue is they don't know what to do. Like Titus was kind of a manager, and he was putting together a roster of people, but that roster ended up just being Apollo Crews, and then he got Akira Tozawa from 205 Live, and they just kind of gave up on that. And now they've got a white girl with them, so they got Dana Brooke in a pencil skirt with her boobs hanging out and her hair put up, walking down the ring.
Titties sell,
so now they get
but it won't sell the Titus brand.
No.
My thing is, what was his tag team with Darren Young called? Millions of dollars.
Prime time players.
That was the spot for him. Whatever they're doing with him right now is wrong. Because I just want to see him go out there and go, millions of dollars. It sold it for me.
Well, didn't it all start from when he did some shit to Vince or something on a live, where Vince kicked him off live TV for a while?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
and then all of a sudden he's a manager.
He got too friendly with Vince or something like that. I heard. Yeah.
Yeah.
He was like joking around with him. It was like during all the superstars came out.
Yeah,
it was like a celebration, or like it was somebody's retirement or some shit.
Which is why I don't know how true that really is. It's just like
Vince.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. Vince doesn't like black people touching him. That's what I got from this. Because he suspended a guy for 90 days for touching him. And I've seen plenty of people touch him. I saw Stone Cold kick him in the dick, and Stone Cold didn't get suspended. This black man put a hand on him, and he got suspended for 90 days.
Well, if you look at the history of the WWE, we already know that Vince is racist. That's the thing. But
yeah,
he was an old white dude.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I already know he is. It's whatever. Okay, cost of doing business. But my thing is back to Titus. I don't know what the fuck they're doing with him. I don't think they know what the fuck they're doing with him. Like, what is this? What is Titus Worldwide? What is this? Clearly, you don't give a fuck about it, because when you break it down to 90 minutes, you cake that out. So, what the fuck?
And I thought things really went downhill for him when his son was in the audience. His kid was 21, and he kissed him on the mouth. It was weird.
His kid's not 21. I mean, his kid's not 21, but I get what you're saying.
It's a fucking weird thing to do, especially on television.
Titus isn't the only person that they don't know what to do with. This Matt Hardy, Woken Matt Hardy, Bray Wyatt thing, in my opinion, is just shit in the bed. I know Eric loved the broken character. I don't. It pissed me the fuck off that Bray Wyatt came out and they just had a laugh off in the middle of the ring.
You know why? I have a theory. When I saw that, I'm like, this match might happen, but this is going to turn into a tag team.
Man.
God, I hope not. Please, no.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Because I saw this, and it's just it gave me the feel like when Bray is just like, I like this guy. And Matt's like, I like this guy. I'm going to whoop his ass, but I like this guy. And
it did kind of have that vibe.
And there's going to be a tag team that forms after this. After they whoop each other's ass. And then afterwards, like, yeah, we're both crazy. Let's just fuck with everybody else.
Yeah, I'm into
I don't want that to happen. I want Aleister Black to get called up and be Bray's tag partner. And then they can feud with the Hardys after Jeff returns. That's what I want. But WWE never does what I want. So you're probably right. We're going to get this awful Woken character with Bray Wyatt and further ruin him.
I was definitely just about to say that WWE doesn't give a fuck about what you want.
No, they'd be a lot better off if they did.
I think
I'm not denying that. I'm just saying they don't give a fuck.
I honestly don't. The Woken Man Hardy is so awful.
Eric, I tried to explain
if you watch the original Broken Matt Hardy videos, they're fucking hilarious.
But Eric,
this is not funny.
Delete.
They're not giving him
delete.
They're not giving him enough they're not letting him be funny. All they're letting him do is laugh. It was never about the laugh.
Delete.
In the original videos.
He's deleting.
But Eric, I tried to explain this to you when this came up.
My thing
WWE takes good things and then they fuck them. They ruin them. They never take a good thing that existed somewhere else and do it as good or better. They take good things and they make them shit. Which is why I said Woken Matt Hardy is going to be shit.
Here's the problem, though. When he says delete, he swipes right. He's doing it wrong. When you delete somebody, you swipe left. That's the problem with the woken Matt Hardy character.
You Tinder expert there, Travis?
Not an expert, but I've used the fucking app before. Like,
All right.
it's logical.
Well-
If you've ever used the shit, you know when you delete somebody, you swipe left.
Braun Strowman tried to delete both Kane and Brock Lesnar on Monday Night Raw,
He
and it was
damn
the best
sure
Monday
did.
Night Raw. What?
I said he damn sure did.
It was the best part of Monday Night Raw for me. He goes in the back. Kane and Brock are brawling. Braun shows up, takes both guys out. And this whole segment was just full of, like, it was awesome, but it was full of funny shit. Like, Braun throws Brock. Brock lays on a table, and then a case falls and hits Brock, and then the table breaks. Braun throws Kane. Kane lays on a table, and then the table breaks like 5 seconds after Kane touches it, just under his own weight. And then, after he throws the grappling hook, which, mind you, was a great fucking throw, because
That was a really good throw.
like
it
that
was
was fucking awesome.
He's
Yeah,
had
it was a
grappling
great
hook
fucking
lessons.
throw.
He pulls those trusses down, and all of the medical team focuses on Brock Lesnar, and they left Kane alone.
I know.
Nobody tended to Kane. Kane had to crawl out and leave on his own. There were like 20 people protecting Brock Lesnar, and everyone fucking ignored Kane.
Because
Yeah, that was pretty funny.
'cause
I guess they
Kane's
figured Kane can take care of it.
Exactly. Kane's been through fires and shit. His brother tried to set him on fire multiple times. He's fine.
Yeah, it'd be
He
fine.
tried to set his brother on fire, too.
Yeah, exactly.
funniest part about
That's
that
my
whole
point.
thing-
You know, he's just like he's been through some shit. He can take a little scaffold falling on him with some shit. He's all right.
It's funny. The scaffold didn't even touch them at all.
No.
Shh. You're focusing on
It was
the
a little
wrong.
ridiculous.
You're focusing
But
on the wrong
the
details,
funniest
Eric.
part
The important thing
funniest
is
part
he
of the
pulled
whole
the scaffold down. All right.
was Lesnar first looked like such a bitch at the end of that, man. Like, you got Heyman holding his hand when they're on the stretcher, and then when he gets into the back of the
I missed that
ambulance,
part.
yeah, and then when he gets into the back of the ambulance, Lesnar's like, "Paul, I don't want to be here. Like, I don't want to go."
Let me out. I don't want to go.
Sound
Let
like-
me out.
Yeah, he should have kissed him on the forehead. Like that's what Paul should have kissed him on the forehead.
Kate pointed the same thing out to me that you pointed out, though, Eric, about how the scaffolding, trusses, whatever you want to call them, didn't touch anybody. And I'm like, you got to suspend disbelief here. Don't point out the reality of the situation. Just accept that this shit happened and people are hurt.
You see, the thing is, like, I would have preferred
I
that.
was thinking that.
I would have preferred that Braun Strowman just viciously attacked them backstage. I don't think he needed to pull fucking scaffolding down on them.
Well, it's for effect.
It's Braun
I mean,
Strowman.
he
He does
just
what
like
the fuck he
happens to dig
wants.
into that case right there, and they happen to have a grappling hook. Why do they have a fucking grappling hook?
Well,
man?
that's
What do
just
they?
like-
What do they have to grapple?
So
Well,
he
listen,
could
that's just
pull
like-
down the scaffolding.
That's just like any weapons they find under the ring. Why is there a kendo stick under the ring? Like, what is the reason why they would have a kendo stick under there? Why would they have a sledgehammer
just can't
under the ring?
Full of trash or a bowling ball.
Yeah, under the
fi-
ring. Why is any
Lighter
of that
fluid.
there? It's whatever. It's fucking wrestling. That's why.
Nah, man, it's because part of the ring is made out of bamboo, and so you just snap off one of those sticks, and then you got a bamboo stick. That's how it works.
And wrap it in the tape and everything and just put it underneath the ring?
Yeah,
Where do
Okay.
you come up with this shit?
He does.
that's how the rings are built. It's like under the ring. It's like part of the frame of the
Said
ring.
by somebody who's
Yeah,
never
it
seen a
The
ring
frame
built.
of the ring.
He's never
Yeah, it's
seen
part
a
of the
ring
frame
built.
of
That's
the
why he
ring.
says that, because there's only wood that's like involved in that is plywood that's underneath the mat. Like that's
Yeah.
the only wood that's involved in building
It's,
a ring.
it's
Well, there's
steel,
all, yeah,
plywood,
there's,
and like carpet padding.
there's
and that's
also
it.
a layer of bamboo under that.
No, there's
Oh
not.
my god.
There's really
Yeah.
not. There's
Well,
There
really
wasn't
not.
you
even
can Google-
bamboo in the Punjabi prison, Eric. That was just spray painted fucking PVC.
That's because they ran out of all the bamboo using it on the
Listen,
ring.
I've seen rings
Couldn't get any
being
more
built
from
as
Punjabi
somebody who
prison.
used to work at Universal Studios and spent a lot of time around the TNA folks and saw them put the ring together. There's no bamboo.
Not in the TNA ring.
I knew he was gonna do that. I
It's
knew it as I started
proprietary.
saying this that was gonna be his
Proprietary.
response, but I did it anyway. I should have known
All right,
better.
let's move on to SmackDown, guys. Let's move on to SmackDown.
No other story on SmackDown matters other than the fact that we need to free the tag team titles.
Okay, so I agree with that. And Kate and I actually got into a slightly heated debate over this. So
What's the
I feel like
debate?
it's a
What is
really.
it about?
What is the debate?
I'll
The tag?
get there. So, well, here. So I feel like we're in a really weird time right now in wrestling where it's kind of unclear who the heels are and who the faces are because obviously Daniel Bryan is siding with Kevin Owens, Benjamin and Gable, Sami Zayn. So he should be the heel, but I feel like he's the good guy. And Shane is with Nakamura and Orton and the tag team champions, so he should be the good guy, but I feel like he's the bad guy.
See, I don't think that Daniel Bryan is siding with Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. I think he's siding against Shane. There's a difference.
But Shane is siding with the good guys, so he should be the face.
These things are not mutually exclusive, sir. Let me tell you what's going on. It's a power struggle. That's all it is. It is a power struggle between these two. So they're going to be on opposite sides. So there's things that are going to happen that Daniel Bryan does not agree with that Shane does. There are going to be things that Daniel Bryan does that Shane does not agree with. The conflict is between the two of them. The things that happen around that are incidental.
But that literally just happened out of nowhere. So they were cool. Shane and Daniel Bryan were totally cool up until a certain point. And then Daniel Bryan got weird and heel-like. So I honestly think that Daniel Bryan's going heel a bit.
Did he get heel-like though, or did it just become?
I don't think that. I think
it was more
face.
Of Shane getting more Vince-like, and Daniel Bryan saying, "Hold the fuck on."
I mean, Daniel Bryan's whole thing from the beginning was a reaction to what Shane was doing.
Exactly.
He thought Shane was being unfair to certain people. He's letting his emotions get involved in it.
Even if the shit that Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn are doing are fucked up, he saw that Shane was doing things against what was protocol and the rules and shit in order to just get back at them. And he's like, hold on, we still have rules and protocol, bruh. We can't do that shit. Get your shit together.
And what was with that bullshit that Shane said to Daniel Bryan in the back about how Chad Gable and Benjamin lost that match? They didn't deserve a rematch. They won that match, and then they reversed the decision and started over. And Shane just completely ignored that fact.
That was fucked up.
Let me get
that
this off my chest
because the Bella
because
Twins have done Twin Magic before. So and nobody's ever redone their match.
I'm still fucking pissed. So let me get this off my chest real quick. Daniel Bryan comes out there and says this whole bullshit about the referee's decision is final. But I guess the referee's decision isn't final until another referee comes out and says the decision is not final. Do this other decision, and this decision is final. Because Shelton Benjamin should be not only, I believe, 3-time Intercontinental Champion, former United States Champion, and should be a 3-time champion who's only a 2-time tag champion. But Daniel Bryan shows him no fucking respect, and he needs to get his shit together and respect Shelton Benjamin. But instead, he wants to go and swing his, what is he, the general manager or the commissioner? I never know which one is which. Which one is he?
General manager.
He's the general manager.
Shane's the commissioner. Yep. Daniel's the general manager.
Whatever the fuck. He wants to swing his general manager dick around. Like, hey, this is what we're going to do. Because I want to seem important. But I'm ignoring the fact they actually won the match, but the referee's decision is supposed to be final. He made a decision. Shelton Benjamin is the 3-time tag champion. Who gives a shit about Chad Gable? Whatever the fuck. But he's another thing that's incidental. He's just there. Whatever. It's all about Shelton Benjamin right now. He should have a third WWE tag team title. He's won tag titles all over the place, but the WWE is what I'm talking about.
All right, Travis, I'm going to cut you off. Unless you've got a big point you're going to make because you've just kind of been repeating yourself and we need to move this thing along.
I'm really not making it. He's right. Man. He's right.
Burned.
That's not the
Okay, so what I do find funny
I'm just upset about this.
I understand you're upset, but what I do find funny is they've started this whole routine now with Daniel Bryan where anything you say to Daniel Bryan makes literal. If you say, why don't you put me in a handicap match, you're in a handicap match. If you say, what do I have to do? Beat these guys two matches in a row? You're now in a 2 out of 3 falls match, which is why, after Chad Gable said that dumb shit, their tag team title rematch is a 2 out of 3 falls match at Royal Rumble.
But that actually makes sense. Because they beat the Usos once, Usos beat them once, you make it 2 out of 3 falls, boom.
No,
That actually
it
makes sense.
I just love that Daniel Bryan's like, okay, anything you guys say to me, I'm gonna make happen.
I have a question about this 2 out of 3 falls match though. Is it no DQ?
Okay. That I don't know.
Because here's the thing: you're not supposed to be able to win a title on a DQ. What if you win 2 of those falls off of DQs?
Yeah.
I have questions and I need answers.
I will look into that. I did get an answer for you. Goldust did compete on 205 Live, but he is not officially a member of 205 Live.
That's what I want. I just want him there, fucking with the fact that he fucking with the 205 Live roster, even though he has no business there. It's just,
He's not 205.
Oh, not at all. There's no way that
No,
Goldust
he
is
said
over
it on 205 Live. He goes, I'm not 205, but I'm
Wow.
here for Cedric Alexander.
Yeah, he's a 260.
Oh yeah,
Quite over the limit.
Oh yeah, he's way over the 205 limit, but who gives a shit? I just want people who aren't 205 pounds on 205 Live, kind of like when Kevin Nash was just fucking with the X Division over in TNA, like because there's no actual.
It'd be funny if they just made him lose the weight. That'll be his whole storyline. He has to lose.
He'll try to get him to
He
205.
would look like a skeleton.
He's so
Yeah,
tall.
it would be really
Like, he's
scary.
tall as fuck. He's like 6'4" or some shit. So getting him under 205 would be like, dude, you like.
No.
He said he could do it, and he would go by Slim Goldust. Would be his new.
Yeah, dude.
Should be Diet Goldust.
Oh
Yeah.
man.
There you go. All right, so, Eric and Kate, I didn't get to ask you guys this. Travis, we talked about it last week.
Did we?
Mojo Rawley recently advanced to the finals or semifinals for the United States Championship tournament. Travis says that Jinder Mahal is going to win. Who do you guys think is going to win?
I hope it's not anybody but Jinder Mahal. Like, I can't stand him. I hate him so much.
Choices are Xavier Woods,
Once
Jinder
again,
Mahal, Bobby
That
Roode,
is
or
the
Mojo Rawley.
point. You're supposed to be.
I know
That's
that's
the
the point, Matt. Jesus Christ. You both of you with this goddamn point. I get it. I just hate his character. Yeah. I caught you,
Who the
Matt,
fuck are you
because
talking
you
to?
said the same shit that he says all the fucking time. You're supposed to. He's a heel. I fucking get it. I still don't like him.
Exactly.
I don't like him.
You know what? That means he's doing his fucking job. So,
I don't fucking like him.
I've
Still
told her that.
No.
See,
doesn't mean that I
you
want
and
him
have-
around.
which means
You
I
and I have
applaud him.
ascended. She has not ascended yet.
It's one
I
of those,
hate him so much. I can't stand
that's the
his
thing.
fucking
It's cool.
bullshit.
You don't like him. That is a
But
good
no,
thing.
they're like, yeah, no, and I understand the whole heel thing. Like, I'm not supposed to like him and shit like that. But like, there are some heels that I do like. I like, and I'm like, yeah, I totally get what you're doing here.
If they,
Totally
if
get it.
you like them, they're not doing their job.
I hate Jinder Mahal.
Eric, what do you think?
What are the matches that are coming up? We got Jinder Mahal versus Xavier Woods, and
Jinder Mahal versus Xavier Woods and Bobby Roode versus Mojo Rawley.
Bobby Roode.
I'm with you on that.
Who else enjoys this whole Bobby Roode doing his Ric Flair impression thing? Because this is really just, when you watch his entrance, he is really just doing his best Ric Flair impression, and I love it. Like, it's
Not
just,
just
Yeah.
that, but on the mixed match challenge, him and Charlotte are calling themselves the Robe Warriors.
that's awesome.
Yeah.
Because he really is just, when you watch him, like with the robe and the way he comes out with his music and everything, like he is literally doing his Ric Flair impression without doing the strut, you know? And it's just like,
Oh yeah, he's got the blue robe, everything.
exactly. It is just like, I love this.
Somehow he makes it work though. Like it's not, it's not pure imitation. Like when Curtis Axel and what's his face were doing their thing.
Exactly. It's an homage.
He makes it. Yeah. It's more of an homage than just straight copying, and he makes it his own. It's fucking great.
So Eric says Bobby, Travis says Jinder, Kate, you said anyone but Jinder.
I honestly, I'll go Bobby Roode or Mojo Rawley. I'm really liking Mojo Rawley right now.
I like Mojo, but his new music is terrible.
Mojo's not getting out of the next
The
round.
worst.
Yeah, I know, but like I have hope
I
for
agree.
him.
I actually hope
hoping.
it's Xavier Woods and it surprises everyone, and he comes out dressed like he used to as Consequences Creed. with the American flag trunks and everything. That's what I want.
Listen, sir. Nothing else would make me happier. Let me tell you. If he comes out as Consequences Creed with the red, white, and blue trunks on and shit, and actually plays James Brown living in America like in Rocky IV, listen. Nothing else in the world would make me happier. Now that's what I want to see. I won't be satisfied if anything else happens. That's it.
Sorry, Travis. I didn't mean to ruin that.
You have ruined
That
this
would be
tournament
amazing.
for me. You have ruined this tournament because there is no other thing that can happen that will make me as happy as that.
Hey, it might happen.
Even if your request for the Royal Rumble happens,
What was my request for the Royal Rumble?
well, hold on. So Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens both stated that if either of them wins, they will be co-champions. So what if they bring back the BF? Yeah. Or do that with the WWE Championship. Do a version of that with the WWE title.
That would be great. I would love that, but not as much as seeing Xavier Woods as Austin Creed, doing the Apollo Creed entrance to Living in America by James Brown with the red, white, and blue trunks on. There is nothing else that can possibly happen in WWE right now that would make me happier than that. And you have put that in my head now. And now when I don't get that and I'm very upset, I'm going to blame you.
I'm full of great ideas. It's not my fault WWE hasn't hired me yet because I'd be making this shit happen left and right.
Here's the thing, though. Doing that would cost them so much money. They have to license Living in America. That's an expensive song, sir. It's been in movies. The James Brown estate is not just going to give it away.
Hold on. Why not just have Aiden English come out and sing Living in America?
Because it wouldn't be the same. I need to hear James Brown singing that song.
Okay.
As a matter of fact, after we're done recording this, I'm going to watch Apollo Creed come to the ring singing as James Brown sings Living in America in Rocky IV. Like, I'm going to pull out the Rocky IV DVD and watch just that part because you put this in my head.
Okay. Well, the Ascension got beat like Apollo Creed by Harper and Rowan.
They didn't die.
They pretty much died. And their characters are pretty much dead. I really thought they were moving to kind of try and build the Ascension back, bring them to what they were in NXT, or do something significant with them. But instead, Breezango and the Ascension have just become cannon fodder for Harper and Rowan.
Breezango won on Tuesday night, sir. What you mean?
Yeah, but Breezango didn't. They won against Rusev and Aiden English. They didn't fight Harper and Rowan. The Ascension did, and the last couple weeks, they've been cannon fodder for Harper and Rowan.
I think Baron Corbin should join the Ascension. He'd fit in pretty well.
I think you should suck my dick.
Did imagine him with the shoulder pads or something.
I don't want Baron
January
Corbin anywhere
28th.
near.
Wait,
Fandango.
Eric. Who's Baron Corbin?
He's like this weird fucking balding. Yeah, he's a bum. He's this fucking bum that they have on the show.
I know the name, but I just keep forgetting about the guy.
Same thing as Rocky.
He's so forgettable.
Dude, there's this guy next to me at SmackDown.
He said the same thing about Rocky.
What about Rocky?
Baron Corbin, and I was just yelling about how he's a bum the whole time.
Baron Corbin is my pick for SmackDown to win the Royal Rumble.
By the way, what did you say about
throwing
Rocky?
your pick away?
For SmackDown, so Travis and I talked about this last week. We decided to get Eric's opinion. Eric, we think that we're going to allow one pick from Raw and one pick from SmackDown.
Absolutely
for the Royal Rumble.
You're still throwing your pick away.
Vote, and it didn't matter. We're doing that anyway.
Exactly, it's a 2-1 thing. So, whatever you say is irrelevant. You've been outvoted no matter what you say. So
you get to pick one person from Raw and one.
We have someone else here that can break the tie, though.
What tie?
Kayla side with us because she'll side with us because I'll just bribe her. So it's just I'm not above bribery.
The 2 vote totally makes sense. I don't know why you're even debating that, Eric.
Exactly. You lose. You lose.
You're supposed to help me out on that one.
No, that was dumb.
No.
Pick your battles.
Anyway, The only reason that you realize what you're doing, Travis.
What am I
You're
doing?
enabling Matt to make his shitty Baron Corbin pick without having to face the real
Let him
consequences.
throw his pick away.
Here's the thing.
He gets 2 picks.
No matter what
Yeah,
he
let him
picks,
throw it away.
here's the thing, Eric. You don't understand. See, I've known Matt for a long time, and I already know no matter who he picks, he's gonna be wrong anyway. So the thing is, it doesn't matter.
Fair enough.
I was right twice about Baron Corbin. Third time's the charm.
Exactly.
Fuck you both.
See, here's the thing. You already know the saying: a broken clock is right twice a day. You've already had your 2. It's done. So the thing is,
If Baron Corbin wins the Royal Rumble, I am going to dance so hard.
Dude, listen, Matt.
here's the thing that you need to understand: if Baron Corbin wins
I'm
the
gonna
Royal
grind
Rumble,
Eric's
that is the
face.
end
I'm
of this
gonna stick my dick right in
podcast.
his
I will
face
never
and
come
cry.
on this thing again. Like I will shut this shit down. Because I refuse
Matt.
to be on a
In all
podcast with
seriousness,
you
Matt.
after Baron Corbin has won the Royal Rumble. I will not do it. It will
Just
be
play.
over. There will be no more Smackin' It Raw podcast. That will be it.
Okay,
No, if
Eric. go
Baron
ahead. What-
Corbin-
In all seriousness, Matt, when I was at SmackDown Live, I was there. I was in person. After the show, you'd see the superstars out in the parking lot signing autographs and stuff like that. And Baron Corbin came out with like a little 10 cup collecting change from people because he's a fucking bum. He's a fucking bum, Matt. That 100%.
Eric,
That happened.
Eric, sir, I want you to know right now, like for the next 20 minutes or so, you are my favorite person on the planet. I just want you to know that. Like, I swear.
I'm honored.
Eric, January 28th, 2018, you will be sucking my dick. Kate, were you going to say something?
No, I was just saying that if Baron Corbin does win, Travis should just have a whole podcast of taps, just like the funeral song for the entire podcast.
It'll be a
But-
sad day. It really will be. It really will be.
Mhm.
All right. Well, we need to get past this. We had a main event on SmackDown. It's the last thing we got to talk about from SmackDown.
Why do you keep trying
was
to
a
talk about
handicap
other shit
match.
on SmackDown besides Shelton Benjamin getting robbed?
We already talked about that. We had a handicap
Stop.
match made by Shane McMahon that saw Orton, Nakamura, and Styles versus the Team BFF. That is what they are now known as. They are Team BFF. That is what I am calling them.
Wait, who's Team BFF?
Owens and Zayn.
I thought that was Yep.
Well, no, they started the Yep movement, but they are now Team BFF.
Let me also point out the fact that Sami Zayn jumping up and down and saying "yep, yep, yep" is one of my favorite things ever.
Well, so in this match, Team BFF tried to get counted out, and Shane showed up and said, "No, this match is being restarted, and it's now no count out." So then they got DQ'd, and then Shane came out and said, "No, we're going to restart this match, and it's no count out and no disqualification." So then Zayn and Owens finally got pinned. It didn't matter, though, because no matter what the scenario, Orton, Nakamura, and Styles won that match. Now they've just got 3 wins as opposed to 1 win.
They won in 3 different ways, though.
Yeah.
What he
Because-
really wanted was for Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens to get the shit beat out of him. That's what he wanted.
Well, it's not my fault he wasn't smart enough to figure this out before the match started. I really wish
Oh,
Daniel
it's
Bryan had come out and
nobody's
done something
fault.
about
We
it,
already know
restarting the match
Shane's
over
not
and
as
over
smart
again.
as Vince. We already know this. So, which is why every time Shane went head to head with Vince, he lost.
Do you guys have anything else from SmackDown or Raw?
Becky Lynch lost her accent
No, she didn't.
mostly.
She
It's
lost
way
it,
less.
She lost
it's
it
like
momentarily.
way less prominent.
I know what you're talking about, but it was just one of those things where she was talking for a long time and she forgot, I'm supposed to be extra Irish, and she was just a little bit Irish, so she lost it a little bit.
I think she must have gone to it must have made her change her voice. Vince hates accents.
All right, well, if you guys don't have anything else besides Becky Lynch's accent, because
Penis.
okay, I've got, being that the Royal Rumble's coming up,
Penis.
I have taken the time to list some interesting Royal Rumble facts
Penis.
leading up to the 2018 Royal Rumble. First off,
Penis.
as of right now, there are 19 eligible women between Raw and SmackDown for the Royal Rumble, which I talked about.
Penis.
2 of those women have not made themselves or have not announced themselves to be in the Royal Rumble, and that's Alicia Fox and Dana Brooke. But the Bella Twins have announced that they will be at the
You're no
25th
fun.
anniversary of Raw. And Eric, I know you watch Total Divas, so you heard about Brie and Nikki, announcing that they want to come back to the Royal Rumble on Total Divas last night, which means more than likely the 25th anniversary of Raw will be their announcement of them entering the Royal Rumble. So that'll put us at 21, which means we have 9 open slots for returns.
I don't think they'll announce at the 25th anniversary of Raw. I think they're going to leave those for surprises.
No,
Well,
I think they'll
Mordecai,
announce it.
baby.
Surprise spots. You've already got 9 surprise spots.
So?
Mordecai is like 3 of those.
Mordecai has never been in a Royal Rumble. Kevin Thorne has, and he lasted about a minute.
Well, he's going to
That's
be in
fine.
2 of them.
He's going to be in this next one. Mordecai and Kevin Thorne are going to be in this year's Royal Rumble.
Mordecai's going to be
It's
in the
in the
women's
blog.
Royal
It was
Rumble.
on the blog, Matt. I saw
Kevin
it.
Thorne's going to be in the regular Royal Rumble. Not the regular Royal, the male Royal Rumble.
Wait a
It's
minute.
wrong to say it's the
Wait a
regular
minute. Speaking of the women's Royal Rumble, I heard something on a podcast I was listening to a few days ago, and now when I listen to this, I want it. I need Santina in the women's Royal Rumble and Santino in the
God
men's Royal
damn
Rumble.
it,
I
Travis.
need this shit.
You
I
stole
need
my
to
fucking
see
thunder.
it happen. I need to see this shit happen. If this does not happen
Matt
on
was literally
January
talking
28th,
about
I will
Santina
turn
today.
off the Rumble and not watch the end. What'd you say?
Travis, you stole my fucking thunder. So I had a list of prospects who could be one of the 9 to 11 surprise entries in the Royal Rumble, which included, for the Women's Rumble, Lita, Trish, Michelle McCool, Kelly Kelly, Layla, AJ Lee, Nikki and Brie Bella, Beth Phoenix, Karma, Jazz, Jacqueline, Ivory, Alundra Blaze, Molly Holly, Ronda Rousey, Stephanie McMahon, Eve Torres, Melina, Santina Marella, and James Ellsworth. Thank you for ruining that for me.
Well, this is what happens when you don't give us a rundown of what's happening in the episode, sir. That's why you have pre-production meetings.
Yeah, that ain't gonna happen. But I figured since James Ellsworth won the first ever Women's Money in the Bank, it's only fitting that he also wins the first ever Royal Rumble.
That'd be awesome. I'd
That's
like
the
to
thing.
see that.
I don't want
actually.
I don't want Santina to win. I just want her in it. Like I just need that to happen. I need her in the women's rumble, and I need Santino in the men's rumble. I need it to happen.
I got a question for all 3 of you.
The left. one.
Do you know if this year the winner of the Royal Rumble gets to choose the champion that they want to face at WrestleMania, or are they required to face the champion on the brand that they're on?
They should be able to choose because that's what it used to be.
Yeah, I don't think they've said so far. I don't know.
They used to be able to
No
choose.
idea.
So that's what it should be. They should be able to choose.
Well,
It'd be an easy way to move somebody from one brand to the other.
Yeah.
I agree. Kate and I were talking, and so far everyone has kind of said that they were going to go after the champion of their own brand. There hasn't been much talk of jumping brands or anything like that. So we'll see, I guess, how that plays
Yeah, I
out.
remember it was like a big deal of who they're gonna choose to face before, like that whole thing with when Batista won and Triple H kind of trying to convince him to go after the champion on SmackDown instead of going after him, and all that kind of shit. Or like when Chris Benoit won, he was either a SmackDown or a Raw superstar and went after the other brand's champion. It was just.
He must have been SmackDown and gone after Raw because he faced Triple H for the title because that was the same year that Eddie Guerrero won.
Yeah, and that was because it was a triple threat match. It was him, Triple H, and Shawn Michaels. Yeah, and he beat Triple H in the center of the ring with the cripple crossface. I remember that shit. Awesome.
Eric, what are you doing that you're looking down and smiling?
He's looking at his penis. What do you think?
If he was looking at
Obviously.
his penis, he wouldn't be smiling.
Everybody loves their own
How
brand,
the
man.
fuck do you know that?
Because I've seen you look at your penis, and normally it's with a sad face.
False. It's really happy looking.
As
Fact that
everyone
Makes me
knows,
smile.
I just got Matt to say penis though, so that's pretty awesome. But anyway, what were you saying?
as everyone knows, Stone Cold holds the records for most Royal Rumble wins with 3. As of right now, there are 6 men who have won the Royal Rumble twice. 2 of those men have already officially entered into the Royal Rumble. Those 2 men are John Cena and Randy Orton. Both have 2 wins apiece. Possible surprise entrants who also have 2 wins apiece are Batista, Triple H, and Hulk Hogan.
I was just about to say Hogan's going to come back and win it.
Yeah. And Eric would fuck
because he's
his
Hulk
pants. He
Hogan.
would love
As much as I love the Hulkster, I don't think that would be the
Listen.
wisest course of action
Listen, Eric,
the
he's gonna
WWE
come
could
back
take.
and he's gonna drop that leg drop because for some reason the leg drop from Hulk Hogan is so much more devastating than the leg drop from anybody else. And then he's gonna pick him up.
Hey, you know,
and
there's,
he's gonna-
there's lots of shitty moves like that.
Oh, I know. Please, the Ultimate Warrior, my favorite ever. That fucking
Power
splash.
slam?
The
Like-
splash.
or
Little-
yeah,
little
splash,
power
that's
slam-
right.
Power slam and a splash. Like, what the fuck?
Oh, no, don't splash me.
You got anything for this, Kate?
No, I'm just enjoying myself.
Okay. As we talked about last week, and it made Travis really happy that I brought this up, so I'll bring it up again. Roman Reigns has the most eliminations at 12 in a single Rumble match. But Kane holds the most records for Royal Rumbles, which I guess is a record in and of itself. Kane has the most overall eliminations with 43. 44 if you count his elimination as Isaac Yankem DDS.
Yeah,
Kane
he's
has
been
been-
around for 100 years. So
Well,
it's not
Kane
as
has
impressive.
been in the most Royal Rumbles of anyone. He has been in 17 of 31 as Kane, and he has been in two. One as Isaac Yankem and one as Fake Diesel.
Also known as Most Dominant by Phil Stosiak. That's a teaser for you folks.
Well, Santino gets the credit for being
It's
in the
awesome
Rumble the
because-
shortest amount of time,
Because
1.9
nobody else
seconds.
knows the fuck I'm talking about. That's awesome. Anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, I don't know what.
I know.
what his
Kane-
character is.
You've never heard him called that, but Matt knows what I'm talking about. So that's all I really cared about.
So anyway, Santino Marella gets credit for having the record of lasting the least amount of time in a Rumble match at 1.9 seconds. But Kane is actually the person that eliminated him, which means Kane has the record for the quickest elimination in a Royal Rumble.
Listen,
And last but not least, what was that, Travis?
I was just agreeing like Kane's the shit, but go ahead.
And then last but not least, Rey Mysterio obviously has the most time in a single Rumble match at 1 hour, 2 minutes, and 12 seconds. But Chris Jericho, who he already had his match with Kenny Omega, so who knows, he might show up and surprise everyone at the Royal Rumble, as of right now has the most cumulative time in overall Rumble matches at 4 hours, 56 minutes, and 12 seconds.
Also,
And
wanna
yeah, that's all I
point
got
out
for you guys.
How upset I am that Braun Strowman doesn't get to go into this Rumble and beat Kane, and I'm just really, really upset by that.
We talked about that. We don't know that. If they lose
It's-
that match, they could enter in.
It's not gonna happen, Matt. It's not gonna happen.
All right.
Let me tell you how I know it's not gonna happen. Because he doesn't have the endurance. He can't go that long. When I was at the Rumble last year, he was one of those people that got, taken down to the ring by the little cart thing, There was some who entered the Rumble by running and walking down the ramp, but there was some who stood in the little thing and got taken down to the ring. He was one of them. He doesn't have the endurance.
Kane?
No, Braun Strowman.
Okay.
Oh.
Well, I think we've pretty much gotten to the end of this podcast. I think we're right at about an hour now. So I'm going to start left on my screen and work my way around. Kate, who's winning on Raw?
Why did I have to go first?
Okay, let's try this another way. Travis, who's winning on Raw?
Winning on Raw, I am going to go with The Miz.
Okay.
Came in and
Eric?
made an impact. He's been gone for a while. Like, hey, I'm back, motherfucker. And took out the Shield. And Jason Jordan was there, too.
Eric, who's winning on Raw?
Strowman.
That's right. That's where my vote goes.
Is Nia Jax on Raw or SmackDown? I can't remember.
That was Raw.
She's on Raw.
Then she's winning. There. Just because
Okay.
I like her.
Travis, who's
She
losing
also
on
beat
Raw?
up Asuka, so she is kind of winning.
You said who's,
Okay, cool.
who's losing
That one
on
too.
Raw?
Yeah.
Brock.
Eric, who's losing on Raw?
Losing on? Oh yeah, I'm gonna go with Brock. You sound like a little baby child.
Little
I don't know.
biatch.
It's weird.
I'm gonna go with Kane because no one helped him up.
I like that. I'm actually going to go with Elias because he had to sing the Miz's entrance and then leave.
Listen. I need you to just walk with Elias, okay? Just
I
walk.
No.
WWE all the way, Travis. I'm 100% WWE right now. I just feel bad that he had to come out and sing an entrance and then just shoot off the show.
I'm glad you know what WWE stands for, though. So yeah.
Goddamn right. All right, Travis, who's winning on SmackDown?
Shelton Benjamin.
He's winning?
Eric?
Yep. And I'm not letting this go until they put the belt back on him.
Don't even bother arguing. Eric,
Right.
who's winning on SmackDown?
Breezango. I don't remember the last time I saw them win a match.
They did win.
I'll agree. 'Cause
They
I
pinned
enjoy
Rusev.
that.
They overcame Rusev Day.
Yeah, I couldn't believe it.
Mhm.
I'm going to go with Becky Lynch because she tapped out Ruby Riott and seems to have ended whatever momentum that the Riott Squad had altogether with that cross armbreaker.
I have a question about that match, by the way.
Sorry.
How did all of them get an individual entrance? Like, if they were just going to be at ringside, why didn't they just come out with Becky Lynch's music when she came out?
Oh, they had time to kill. That's why.
It's just like, yo, like, listen, I'm watching on Hulu for you to cut out the fat. Like, what is this? Why do we have this happening? Like, anyway, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Who's losing on SmackDown, Travis?
I don't know. Was Baron Corbin even on the show?
No, he was not.
He's losing. 'cause
Therefore,
he
he's not eligible to be losing.
no, he's losing
He
because
was
he didn't
not
even
on the
make
show.
the show.
He's on the roster.
Bro, he didn't even make the show. Like, he is
He got
so
arrested for
he is
panhandling.
such a non-factor that he didn't even make the show.
Kate, who's losing on SmackDown?
Who, me?
Yeah, you.
Your name is Kate.
Baron Corbin. Because he wasn't on.
He didn't even make the show.
He didn't even get on. He wasn't
He
on
got
TV last week. He fucked
Yeah.
up somehow.
He wasn't on
Well,
because he
that's
got
no-
arrested for panhandling. He just wanted a warm place to stay for the night.
I'm
Didn't
gonna
want
go,
to book him for a little longer than he expected, so he missed the show.
I'm gonna go with the Ascension here because they got squashed by Rowan and Harper. That is it for this episode of Smackin' It Raw. You can find Travis at Sir Cussalot.
Sir
There's an
underscore
in there.
Cussalot.
Yeah, Sir Cussalot underscore.
SIR_CUSSALOTT.
You can find Eric. I believe he's on My Free Cams, possibly Chatterbait.
Cam Soda.
Also, contact him at Eric Siekr. That is ERICSIEKR. Message him. He has rates. He is prostituting himself because he thinks
Super
he's
cheap.
better than a panhandler. So he's selling his body, which isn't worth much. So you get cheap rates.
Giggity.
Kate, they can find you at Kate Smile Pretty, I believe, on Twitter.
Yeah, but I'm not really on there
Get back
a
on there.
lot.
You just start tweeting and
I'm
shit.
on.
The people
I'm
need
on
to hear you.
Instagram.
The people need to hear what you got to say.
They don't want to hear that shit.
Oh yeah, they do.
It's the same thing.
Okay.
Kate Smile Pretty. I think 89 on Instagram, but I'm also on Facebook. Go to Facebook.
You were born in '89.
You guys find
Yes.
all
sir.
of us
Child.
on Facebook at www.facebook.com/SmackinItRaw.
Smack
You can
it.
find me at Matt Ritter. That is at MATTRIDDER on Twitter. Also, please check out Creation Magazine presents Super Flashy Arrow on Facebook and podcast, Apple and Google Play.
By the way, the shows come back next week, so Super Flashy Arrow of Tomorrow will return next weekend.
You can also, when Game of Thrones returns in 2019, because the show producers are dicks.
By the way, I
catch-
have plans for us to actually do #ThemeThrones this summer for other reasons, but I'll let you all know.
I was gonna say, when you say us, you mean you, Mara, and John.
Yeah,
yeah.
we're not involved.
Oh yeah, not you
Yeah.
at all. No,
Yeah.
you're not allowed.
Yeah.
Because fuck you.
Exactly.
But
So,
It's so rude.
I'm just.
I got
the designated
opinions.
editor.
I like Game of Thrones.
yo, I
Damn
gave
it.
you your own show, sir. I need you to stop your bitching. Go ahead.
I don't have a show.
But anyway, Creation Magazine.
You want a show, Kate? What do you want to do?
Hashtag
What do you want to
them
do? We can
thrones.
make it happen. No, Matt, you're done
On
talking
Get
for right
back
now.
to you.
No, we're not talking to you right now, Matt. What do you want to do, Kate?
I'll get back to you. I'll
Okay.
get back to you.
Well, I guess you can talk again, Matt. I'm sorry.
I was just plugging your shit, so it don't matter. I already got my plugs in.
What were you talking about? I'll plug it for you.
Hashtag them thrones on Facebook.
Them Thrones.
And every month, the Creation Conversation is released on Google Play, Apple Podcasts, and where
Facebook.
else?
Facebook.com/Creation Magazine.
And if you guys go to YouTube and you subscribe to the Creation Magazine page, you can see every podcast that Travis remembers to post from all of his shows.
You can actually find it pretty easily if you just go to creationmagazine.com. It actually just takes you right to the YouTube page.
Yep. You can do that as well. That is it for this episode of Smackin' It Raw. I think I only went over 8 minutes, so with 4 people, I don't think I did too bad managing this time.
You went over
All
about
right, guys.
5 minutes and 39 seconds. 30, 41, 42, 43, 44,
Say goodnight.
45.
Good night.
Later.
Good night.
Have a nice day.